Hi students, I'm Sonia from Vidya Guru. Starting a new session on current affairs. This is going to be the second part for the month of August. August 2025 I'm referring to. The session is significant. I usually say that. Questions are many and you have to learn them all one by one. Let's start the session without any further ado. Let's start from here on. As you can see, we deliver topic-wise current affairs. So whatever you're going to study, it is going to be in the form of a topic. This particular page is only for those students, not rest of the session, not the entire session, just this page for those students who are preparing for only bank exams. So you can skip this page. If you are not preparing for bank exams, if you are SEBI, LIC, IBPS, SBI, whichever financial sector exam you are writing, so the session is for you. Let's start. First question. From the important financial banking updates, you can see the merger is quite huge. The acquisition is quite huge. Whatever is there on the page is quite significant. So when I say that Angel One is investing something like the amount of 400 crores, it is huge, you know that. So that money will be invested in digital first life insurance, right? So digital first life insurance, where this money will be invested. But are they investing it alone? It is a joint venture. So joint venture with Singapore's Live Well. So the information is such that you'll be spending some time in learning that. I said Angel One is investing 400 crores. 400 crores will be invested in digital first life insurance. And that digital first life insurance, as the name suggests, you know the company now because I've written, there beside it only. So that's the name only. So Digital First Life Insurance will get 400 crores from Angel One and Singapore's Live Well. That's the joint venture. RBI approves Warburg Pincus affiliate to acquire 9.9% stake in IDFC First Bank. See, when HDFC acquires 9.99% stake in ICICI, Kotak and all other banks, so it becomes, quite, news. So when that is important, this is important as well. You have to just tell me which company they belong. Warburg Pincus. So you have to just tell me which company they belong. That's the assignment for you. You have to go through it because this is the question you are going to earn. That's how it will stay in your mind. Spend some time. I'll repeat. I said Warburg Pincus affiliate to acquire 9.99% stake in IDFC First Bank. That's quite something you have to learn. And RBI has given the approval of, for it. Natco Pharma, a pharmaceutical company, quite all right sort of company, 36% stake they have acquired in South Africa's Adcock Ingram. And they have spent 2,000 crores for that. I hope you understand that when such sort of investment is there, that can be there in financial exams. So Natco Pharma, a pharmaceutical company, Adcock Ingram, they've actually taken 36% share of, this company and they've spent 2,000 crores for that. World's best consumer bank, oh God, for 2025 by Global Finance magazine. I thought by themselves. Anyway, SBI. So world's best consumer bank for 2025 by Global Finance magazine. It is SBI, State Bank of India only. Yes, yours truly, State Bank of India. Now LIC signs Memorandum of Understanding with Rural Development Ministry for rural women, of course, to expand its Bima Sakhi Yojana. So it's not charity. LIC is promoting its scheme, Bima Sakhi scheme. So that Bima Sakhi scheme is for women, of course. But what women are we referring to? We are talking about rural women. Yes. So Bima Sakhi Yojana, Bima Sakhi scheme of LIC for rural women. They are going to work on the upliftment of rural women. And then I said, Rural Development Ministry is behind it. That is the reason this question becomes significant for you when ministries are involved. I hope you've understood the importance. Now, the revision, quick revision. Angel One to invest 400 crores in digital first life insurance and it's a joint venture with Singapore's Live Well. Then I said RBI approved Warburg Pincus affiliate to acquire 9.99% stake in IDFC First Bank. Natco Pharma acquired 36% stake in 2,000 crore in South Africa's Adcock Ingram, world's best consumer bank. for 2025 by Global Finance Magazine, SBI. LIG signs Memorandum of Understanding with Rural Development Ministry for rural women, and they're promoting their Bima Sakhi Yojana there. Till here, you've realized that I'm not going to waste your time. So I don't narrate stories like others do. And when you are willing to join, of course, you should join people who don't narrate stories like that. Whichever teacher is going to teach you, if you join us, will provide you all the important questions, whichever are going to be there in your exam straight away. Believe me, because when you join somewhere, you don't expect such sort of stories to be there. Important questions will be taught straight away. They'll be there in your exam, whichever you are preparing for. So indirectly, I've said, if you're willing to join us, the numbers are given below. You can dial those numbers. Online.vidyaguru.in is our website. You can go to that website. You can take the course of your choice. The session is in English medium, but the Hindi medium session is also there. If you're not comfortable, you can watch that session. If you're comfortable with only English sessions, then you can watch these. Otherwise, Hindi session or bilingual sessions are there too. Let's move on to the next page. Guys, we are there, at the sports news, sports updates column. That's the topic we are going ahead with. Aditi. If somebody writes Aditi in lowercase, like short AB, small ABCD, so you'll not be able to associate it with something else. Aditi is basically a scheme. So it is by Ministry of Power. Yes. So Aditi is a scheme for MSMEs. Micro, small, medium enterprises. They are teaching them to come or to become more energy efficient. So they are trying to bring that sort of technology which is energy efficient. They want micro, small, medium enterprises to adopt that. And for that, they have come up with Aditi scheme. People will be curious to know the full form of Aditi. Please don't do that. The full form is such that you will not be able to learn. Don't waste time on such a thing. If it is important, I would have mentioned that. I said Aditi scheme to help MSME to adopt or to be more energy efficient. They are bringing such technology for the same. And it is by Ministry of Power. And I told you at the start, when ministries are involved, questions become more important. Second one, Cabinet approved employment-linked incentive scheme to generate 3.5 crore jobs, but particularly in manufacturing sector, right? Service sector is there, many other sectors are there, you know that. So I'm saying we are talking about primarily manufacturing sector, that they are going to, come up with 3.5 crore jobs. That is what they are trying with ELI schemes. So I'll repeat, I said Cabinet approved employment linked incentive ELI scheme for the generation of 3.5 crore jobs. Not that much is sufficient. You have to learn this time frame as well. Like August 2025 to July 2027. That's the time frame they have in mind, that they'll be generating these many jobs. As you know, the level of unemployment in our country, and keep this in mind that they are trying to generate 3.5 crore jobs. I'll repeat, Cabinet approved employment linked incentive scheme to generate 3.5 crore jobs from August 2025 to July 2027. You have to learn the months also, years also carefully. And we are talking about manufacturing sector primarily. New executive director at RBI, Kesavan Ramachandran. You have to learn the name carefully. That's quite significant for you now. Presidency, UN Security Council. I'll tell you, although it gets rotated, but Pakistan usually doesn't get it. Now they have become the president, like they have got the presidency, like every month it gets rotated, amongst the members. So Pakistan has got that. That is why it is significant, because way back they got it. Now they got it once again. That is why it is important for us. So presidency of the United Nations Security Council for the month of July was given to Pakistan. Securities Exchange Board of India, new executive director Sunil Jayawant Kadam. All the names are important, you know that. And you're going to learn them all, I believe. If you cannot, you can take the PPT from us. On our Telegram channel, we'll provide everything there. So you can join us, description box. You can check that once, the link is there. On Telegram, our channel is there. It is pretty new sort of. Just to give you PPTs, we have created that, to be very frank with you. So you can take the PPTs from there. I'll repeat. I said Aditi scheme to help MSMEs to be more energy efficient. And it is a scheme by Ministry of Power. Then I said 3.5 crore jobs will be generated. That is what they are trying in manufacturing sector from August 25 to July 27. That's the period they are thinking of, and they are saying ELI scheme is for that. What is ELI? It is Employment Linked Incentive Scheme. New Executive Director at RBI, Kesavan Ramachandran, Presidency of United Nations Security Council. Presidency of the United Nations Security Council for the month of July was given to Pakistan. And then SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India's new executive director, Sunil Jayawant Kadam, right? And now you know that even I wish to believe that you are repeating things with me so that you can retain them well. Now we are going to start with Next Banking by Anvesh Tiwari. So when a person is there, his firm is there, so they are coming up with something which is fully AI, because we promote AI these days. So they are saying India's first fully AI powered fintech platform. Listen to it carefully. First fully AI powered, India's fully AI powered fintech platform, Next Banking by Anvesh Tiwari. So I've written the name and you'll have to learn it. NCLT. See, when a tribunal is there, like competition, see what I'm trying to tell you is that when a merger takes place, merger of, huge organizations, so that they have to come into picture, they have to approve that sort of merger. So NCLT approved it, the merger of Adani Cementation, which is long, you must be aware of it. That Adani Cementation and Ambuja Cements merger is like has been planned, way back. And it was planned and it had to happen. Now it has actually been taken place. 9th Swachh Sarvekshan 2024-25 award at Vigyan Bhavan. It was given at Vigyan Bhavan, New Delhi. And the best thing is UP got it. UP remained on top. So that's great. UP remained on top. So 9th Swachh Sarvekshan 24-25 award. Swachh Sarvekshan, cleanliness drive that India is doing it. So 9th Swachh Sarvekshan 2024-25 award was given to UP, as in UP remained on top, and they were distributed. They were distributed at Vigyan Bhavan, New Delhi. And when you add more to it, cleanest cities are there, Indore, Surat and Lucknow, respectively, first, second and third. So Lucknow also, yes, of course. So Indore, Surat and Lucknow, cleanest cities as per Swachh Sarvekshan. This sort of micro detail is even important. That 9th time Swachh Sarvekshan 2024-25. So cleanest cities, Indore, Surat and Lucknow respectively. So the Indore is of course on the top. But the important part here is that UP stayed on, the first, stayed at the first position. 9th Swachh Sarvekshan, as per that, UP remained on top. When you move on to the next question says that Cabinet approves Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana. What is it about? First, understand what is happening here. We are referring to 100 agri districts. But what kind of districts are they? They are low performing districts and they are not able to perform like, other districts. So they have to spend money on them. They have to develop them. For that, they are going to spend 4,000 crore rupees. And if they are spending that much, is it the total outlay? They are saying actually at an annual outlay of 24,000 crores for 6 years, they'll be spending that much of money to develop these many districts which are low performing. What I'm saying here is, first of all, Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana, it's a scheme which has got the approval of the cabinet, first thing. And I told you, when the government itself is involved in something, such questions are asked usually in the exam. So we are keeping even the outlay sort of expenditure sort of minute detail in mind. It is not minute actually, because something which is relevant for the exam, which is going to be there in the exam, is of course very, very important. And Cabinet approves, once again, Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana for 100 low-performing agri districts. They are going to develop them with an annual outlay expenditure of 24,000 crores for 6 years. Like that much money they'll be spending. Let's come back to the revision now. India's first fully AI powered fintech platform, Next Banking. You could see that. Uh, NCLT approved the merger of Ambuja Cements and Adani Cementation. 9th Swachh Sarvekshan 24-25, and they have come up with the state, the cleanest state. Don't laugh at it. It is UP, of course. Cleanest cities: Indore, Surat, and Lucknow. So cities are, of course, written to. Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana got the approval of cabinet, and 100 districts, agri districts, the low performing ones, will get the support. By that, they'll be spending 24,000 crores for 6 years on them. So this is the annual outlay they have mentioned here. Let's move ahead. International updates. So we'll be talking more about what happened internationally, which is significant from the perspective of your exam. So we are actually going to talk about Henley Passport Index, where India stood on 77th number. 59 cities, 59 countries are there which you can travel visa free as an Indian. That is what I'm telling you. But I'm asking at the same time a question as well, which you can write in the comments section, which is quite pertinent. See, I'll tell you, kids who study, they'll of course answer. Kids who take things seriously, their exams, their jobs seriously, they'll of course write. Rest of the kids who are just viewing it, they won't write anything. But I expect the answer from you guys who are serious. Write down the answer. Tell me who remained on rank 1. The same country is gets the first rank once again. You have to name it. Just go Google it, check that, and tell me in the comment section which country remained on top. Once again, Henley Passport Index, 77th rank India's. And I said by that you can visit 59 countries visa free. That is what they say. Anyway, now next question. I said Yulia Sviridenko, she has actually become the Prime Minister of Ukraine, and that's how, see, the country is such, remains, in news, that, remained in news throughout. So that is why you must know what is happening there. So the kind of change we are referring to here is quite huge. So we are saying if somebody is actually acquiring the position of Prime Minister, somebody is becoming Prime Minister of the country, Ukraine. So the name is quite significant. So don't take it for granted. You have to learn it. The question is significant. Please be careful. I said Yulia Sviridenko has become the new Prime Minister of Ukraine. The other question is United Nations International Moon Day. So they have started celebrating it. It will be celebrated, and it has got celebrated on 20th July. That is what I'm saying. They'll be celebrating it from now on. Such questions carry some significance more than others. Why? Because you know that if it is happening for the first time, of course, that becomes important. They are declaring something of that sort. 20th July is the date when United Nations is going to celebrate International Moon Day. International Youth Day is also there. 12th of August is the date when we'll be celebrating it. When we celebrate it. So 12th of August. See, there are days which I've missed, for July. I've added a few of them as well, but I'm mentioning August side by side. So International Youth Day is celebrated on 12th August. That is what I was saying. This question here, World Population Day, is quite significant. I found the theme equally important. That is why I've written that here. So I'll be teaching it just a while later. European Union. This question is very important. See, when you usually, attended your school, you used to write important and very important. So the questions I bring are important, but even there I have to mark certain questions which are very, very important. So I'm marking it here that Bulgaria's adoption of currency of euro. So European Union has given the permission. So if they ask you a question in which they just expect that Bulgaria's currency is, so you may think that they are asking a usual question. It was the part of current events. That is why they are asking such a question. So euro has become the currency of Bulgaria. European Union has given the permission. Date is 1st January 26. They'll be adopting it like that. From then, it is going to be their currency. Population Day is celebrated on 11th of July. Important part is I found the theme for this year important. So empowering youth to build the families they want. Empowering youth. Population, out of population, they are saying empowering youth to build the families they want. That is how you'll be able to learn when you relate it with population. Otherwise, of course, themes are difficult, but you have to learn. I don't write all of them blindly. If you get to read all the themes, if you get to learn all the themes, probably you'll get bored, probably you'll not be able to retain them all. So try to be, try to be a little sensible while choosing all that. So I have actually written something which is quite significant. Learn that much, which I am providing you. I said, Henley Passport Index, India is ranked 77. You have to tell me the strongest passport in the world. So you have to comment that. United Nations International Moon Day, 20th July. Ukraine's new Prime Minister, Yulia Sviridenko. International Youth Day, 12th August. European Union has approved Bulgaria's adoption of Euro from 1st January 2026. World Population Day is observed on 11th July, and the theme for this year was empowering youth to build the families they want. And then we have actually come to the last page for the day. So India dates on your screen. This is going to be the last page for the day. So learn all the points. Learn all the points which I'm providing you. And I said, repeating it, I said if you want those questions, you can actually go to our Telegram channel, join that channel. You'll get the PPT there. You'll get lot many current affairs other than that as well. And let's come back. I said, they'll ask you a question, what is Samudra Prachet? You will say it must be a missile or some vessel like a frigate sort of. If you're not aware, you'll make mistakes. So here I'm mentioning it, Samudra Prachet, when something new gets inducted, you have to be familiar with it. So what is Samudra Prachet? It is basically a pollution control vessel, indigenously made, and Coast Guard received it. I'll repeat. Indian Coast Guard received Samudra Prachet. What is Samudra Prachet? It is basically an indigenous pollution control vessel. I've told you that. Then don't get into the full form of it. WSIS. Here something was happening in Geneva. Geneva is in Switzerland. For digital governance excellence, Meri Panchayat received some award. What award is it? It is WSIS Champion Award. Meri Panchayat. I'll repeat, WSIS Champion Award 2025 for Digital Governance Excellence. This award was given in Geneva, Switzerland, and Meri Panchayat received it. As the name states, we received some award. That is why the question becomes important for us. Now, ISRO to launch NISAR, and they'll ask you what NISAR is. It is basically NASA, ISRO, Synthetic Aperture Radar. Yes, the same radar. So NISAR. From Sriharikota, they launched it. I'll repeat, I said, Indian Coast Guard received Samudra Prachet. It is a pollution control indigenously made vessel. Then I said, WSIS Champion Award to Meri Panchayat. Then NASA, ISRO, Synthetic Aperture Radar will be launched by ISRO from Sriharikota. So with that, we have come to an end of the session, and I hope you liked the video. You've understood whatever I've taught. If you wish to join us, the options are, of course, the numbers are given below. You can dial. If you wish to, get these questions, join our Telegram channel. And thank you so much for watching.